I'm not praying for this to happen to anyone, God forbid. In fact, double God forbid, we are never going to be fired or sacked from our jobs. But in the unlikely event that we are, do you know the processes involved from right when you are given a letter or a notice all the way through to your last day allowed in the UK? Do you know the things you must do to avoid deportation? Sometimes it may not be any fault of ours. Sometimes the fault comes from the sponsor. Example would be the sponsor suddenly losing their license to sponsor. When that happens, anyone that they have sponsored, they suddenly lose their rights to live or remain in the UK, and they must either go or find a new employer. Other times it's our fault for reasons such as poor performance, prolonged absence from work, non-attendance to work, criminal cases. So many reasons cause us to be sacked or fired. The more reason why we need to be very careful. Okay, anyone that is on a skilled worker visa can't be fired or can't be sacked, and when that happens, there are certain things that go on, and that is what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So this video does not only apply to nurses, by the way. It applies to doctors, it applies to teachers, it applies to anyone on a skilled worker visa and find their job or their job code on the shortage occupation list. Let's get into it.
I don't wanna see the way you fall apart. Even though you told me to get back your heart, I still spin inside your orbit.
So welcome back to the video. My name is Mhercie and I'm a nurse in the UK. Thank you very much for choosing to watch today's video. Thank you to my subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, kindly look below to click on the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the notification bell as well, so that every time I upload a video you are notified. Okay, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, or a thumbs down if you don't. It helps me to improve. Alright guys, so what normally happens is that your employer will tell you that they no longer want to work with you. Okay, they are sacking you, and that from a certain date you are no longer going to be an employee with them. Now your employer is obligated, okay, by law to notify Home Office within 10 days of when they plan to terminate your employment. Home Office would also write to you through an email or through a letter that they are giving you 60 days to either put in a new application for a new visa or to leave the UK. Now mind you, this 60 days is not automatic. Not everybody has 60 days. For instance, if you are on a visa which expires in 3 years and you have covered like 2 years, 11 months, you just have 1 month left. That is the month you have remaining to put in an application. But if you're someone who still have years on your visa, they'll give you 60 days. So now whichever days is short, that's what they are going to. If you have 2 weeks left, you have that remaining to leave the country or to put in a new application. The good thing is that when your employer fires you, Home Office does not immediately write to you. They give you some time. There's a time that elapses until you receive that email or until you receive that letter. My advice to you will be that when your employer lets you know that they are terminating your employment with them, immediately start searching for jobs. Ideally, you should look for the same kind of jobs on the occupation list. Okay, for instance, if I am a nurse and my employer terminates my contract, I should be looking for nursing jobs. If I'm a doctor, I should be looking for doctor jobs. This also applies to people who came to the UK with dependents or family. Once you've lost your job, all of your family or dependents must leave the UK unless of course you have started a new application to get a new visa. Before we continue with the video, today's video is proudly sponsored by me, yours truly. Yes, getting job offers lately has become a very difficult task. That is why it's important that when you land a job interview, you pass it the very first time. It is with this in mind that I'm introducing an opportunity to help you by giving you tips and tricks by conducting a mock interview with you for an hour, and also giving you tailored answers and sample questions and answers to help you study and prepare to pass your interview. Also, if you're someone that needs help with CV writing, personal statements, cover letters for either jobs or school, you can look in the comment section. I'm going to pin the link in the comment section. Click on it. It takes you to the page, fill the form, and you receive a confirmation email. Now they'll give you 60 days to put in a new application. However, if within those 60 days you have still not received your visa but you've applied, you can stay in UK until you get your response from Home Office. Okay, but once you get your response and it's a negative, they don't want to give you the visa, then you must leave the UK. But if the response from Home Office is positive, then you can stay and continue to work as normal. So let's say for a very bad reason you were unable to get another job offer to put in a new application for a new visa and your 60 days have elapsed. You have up to 30 days after those 60 days have elapsed to voluntarily leave the UK. Willingly, nobody is forcing you. Within those 30 days, you must leave willingly. If not, if you stay above those 30 days, you have overstayed and you are likely to be deported. And once they deport you, you'll be banned from ever stepping foot in the UK from anywhere between 1 year to 10 years. Let's also say that the 60 days have elapsed and you couldn't put in an application because you were sick, you were bedridden, maybe you were in a coma, okay, and those 60 days elapsed. You have no longer than 14 days after the 60 days have elapsed to put in an application. If 14 days after those 60 days have elapsed and you put in an application, it will be rejected. But within those 14 days, if you put in an application, Home Office may or may not give you that new visa. A very important advice I'll give to those that are changing employers or jobs is that don't resign from your current workplace until your new employer gives you your BRP. Because if you resign and you don't get BRP with your new employer, and you go through the whole hassle of having 60 days left, getting the new job offer and all that. So make sure that your new employer gives you your BRP before you resign. So someone may be wondering, what happens to my family or my dependents whilst I have put in an application for a new visa? They are protected. They don't have to go back. Even you don't have to go back. All of you can still stay in the UK until you get your decision. So basically, yes, those are the time ranges. I hope you understand. If you have more questions, comment them in the comment section, and please join my Telegram pages. The links are beneath this video in the description box. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.
Fall apart. Even though you told me to get back your heart, I still spin inside your